Chris, congratulations. How surprised were you to win this award this year?
Well, I hadn't even thought about it, didn't actually realise about the actual award being available. So, yeah, pretty cool, pretty stoked.
What do you think were the reasons that meant you picked it up this year?
Look, I mean, we've been focusing on consistency the whole time in training, and we've seen that replicated on the World Series. Something I asked of them in the way that they carry themselves on and off the pitch, and I think that's just translated over into ultimately us being the only team that finished in the top 4 every tournament, and which, I can't. It doesn't make a difference if the players ain't going to believe in it and don't execute, because no matter how good a coach you are, it's they've got to believe in you. So.
Things don't happen overnight, but how much do you think the tangible growth over this series will lead to bigger things for them next year and with the Olympics in the crosshairs?
Look, we had to break some barriers. Their self-belief was not great. I think we've grown a lot as a unit, understanding ourselves and each other, and that's going to give us a starting point. Look, we're in a good place moving to next season, of course. We'll look where we are and our consistency, which is ultimately what will lead to us executing at the level we want to. There's a lot of growth that needs to be done. I mean, we will be hit pretty hard come the start of next season. There'll be no surprises, and if we don't evolve, then we won't be sitting where we need to be going into the Olympic final 2 or 3 months.
You're not new to sevens, but to some extent you're relatively new to the women. So what have you learned this season from these girls?
Well, I've learned a lot about myself. I've got 2 daughters at home, and I think about how I sometimes speak or refer to these girls, and what I want that to be how my daughters are spoken to or treated, and I get it wrong at times, and I don't take responsibility and own up to that, and I've started to realise how hard they are on themselves, and it's more so not about yes, keeping them accountable, but actually helping them remember what they do well, rather than pointing out their flaws, which, in the men's game, it's not. I mean, it's personality based. It's not necessarily different regarding all guys. You've got to keep them grounded. By no means. Ben Pinkelman, Madison Hughes are very tough on themselves. I just found, as a general rule, on the women's game, these girls will take things a lot very personal, and yeah, if I can help them believe a little bit more in themselves and focus on what they can achieve rather than the fears of what might go wrong, I think we'll move forward. All I wanted was another top 4 finish from a standpoint of the consistency part that we've asked and demanded all season. And the way that they grew, it was a different team in that final. They've been hesitant all weekend, but they've been grafting for each other and staying in the fight. But it's all been defensive based. To see the way that they moved that ball around the pitch, and it almost looked a little bit like the Kiwis a couple of times, keeping the ball alive, and like, what's going on here? I mean, we've trained this, but haven't seen it all season, and it was just lovely to see that freedom.
Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you very much.